I've seen better days, been the star of many plays. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the show. This is episode 563 of the Two Dum Yinzers. How you doing today, Mike?
I am doing all right. That's 2 cups of coffee. We're gonna see how this goes. Usually, I'm a 1 cup of coffee kind of guy during the day. I'm at two. The second one right now. So you know me. I ramble as as is.
You know what I
Now
have a
with
problem
extra
with?
caffeine.
You know what I have a problem? And I'm a napper. I like to get my naps in, but
Yeah.
this heat will not let me nap. It just won't. I toss, I turn, I get sweaty, I get uncomfortable. I hate trying to take a day nap in the heat.
Yeah.
And it's not even just a day. I have so much trouble sleeping at night because it's so hot.
Yeah.
But it's here, guys. Here we are. Summer starts tomorrow. Of course, today is Juneteenth,
Yes, it is.
but tomorrow we kick off summer. I'm already through with summer. Like I couldn't wait for it to get here. I'm so over it. I'm
Yeah. Well,
so
me too.
over it.
Me too. Like, I'm happy like the summer's here for like the kids, but not for the heat. F this.
Oh, it's terrible. It's been hot all week. It's in the 90s, mid 90s. I think one day it was 96.
Yeah.
By the end of the week, we're supposed to be right around 100 somewhere. It brought tornadoes. It brought microbursts. I'm ready for summer to end.
Yeah, it can go. It can go. Like the idea of summer, like, oh, it's gonna be nice how you can go do stuff. That's nice, but no. Once it's
Mm.
actually here, I'm over it. I don't want anything to do with it. Give me 75 and sunny all day long. That's all I want.
We are on while the Pittsburgh Pirates are live. They're
Yes.
playing game three right now, the rubber match between them and the Reds. Pirates took game one. The Reds took game two. We'll get more into that in just a moment. But one thing that I just did see, Mike, is Mitch Keller just got his 600th K of his career.
Nice.
Yeah,
Congratulations, Mitch Keller. Nice
that
to
just
see.
happened.
Yeah, that career is I thought he was going to be a bust. And last couple of years, man, he's showing it that
Tell you what, he got
he's a
his
legit.
600th K, Mike. I could
Yeah.
see Paul Skeens getting half of that this year.
That's what it feels like.
I mean, it's going to take
It's
him what 2 seasons to get 600. It seems like because
yeah,
I forget what he has at the moment, but I mean, he's up there and he's only been pitching for 6 weeks.
yeah, yeah. That's
Uh,
nuts. Dude's a phenom. And we got one.
we got one.
We
Finally,
got
we
one.
finally got one.
This watching him play this rookie year reminds me of watching Ben his rookie year, watching Sidney Crosby his rookie year. I'm not putting him in that category of he's gonna go
See, I
down as
think that
all
he's
time
better,
greats, win
like because
championships.
Ben did very well, Crosby did very well, but he's straight dominating.
Yeah,
His average against
yeah,
the splinker is 0.049.
yeah,
That's what the batting average is again.
yeah.
He's better than those guys so far.
Also, Steeler freaks comment. It's hotter than two rats banging in a wool sock in Vegas. That's about the yes. That's
Uh, good afternoon, Steeler freak. Mike, do you realize your camera's screwed up, right? There's something.
yeah.
Okay,
I just now noticed that. So
okay.
yeah, I'm gonna just put up something here. So yeah, just talk without me.
Are you working on it?
Yeah, I'm working on it. Yeah,
All right, but as I
yeah.
did say at the top, the Pirates are actually playing live while we were on today. This is the rubber match between them and the Reds. Game three, the Buccos win game one 4-1. They lose last night 2-1. And Mitch Keller did just get his 600th career strikeout. So that is what's going on. We got lots of things to talk about today, guys. The Penn, Ohio high school football game is tomorrow, right here in Geneva Field in Beaver Falls, right across the river from where I'm at. This is, of course, where Joe Namath is from. You might recognize Beaver Falls from that if you're not familiar with the area. But the big Penn, Ohio football game is tomorrow, Mike. The Penn team played Maryland already in dominated Maryland. So I don't know who you're going to be for, but I'd like to see Penn win this one.
See, I'm happy with either team to win. To be honest with you, like
You fall in
Penn,
that category where it
yeah,
benefits you no matter what.
it does too because I lived my entire life in Ohio, but I was born in PA. I have all my family, my all my ties are to PA. So it's a win-win for me for the most part. So I can't lose, and I have no idea what's going on with my camera.
How often in life does that happen when you get into a non-lose, it's a win-win situation, but there you have it, Mike. You'll be able to talk trash on whoever you want because if Penn wins, you could talk trash on your Ohio peeps. And if
Yeah,
Ohio wins, then you could talk trash on your Pennsylvania
exactly.
people.
Yeah,
I
that's how it
like that.
works. Yeah, like I'm playing both sides.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win.
That is tomorrow at 7 o'clock at Geneva Field in Beaver Falls. That game is going to be going down. If I didn't have a million things to do, I would like to go check it out, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, I will be busy tomorrow. Let's see, Mike. Couple other things before we do get rolling here. The Edmonton Oilers stretched the NHL Stanley Cup series out. They win last night, 5-3.
Yeah.
Brings the series to 3 games to 2 in favor of Florida. I did have the game here on at the studio, and I was very impressed with what Edmonton was able to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they play the way they played last night, this should be a 7 game series. But nonetheless, the Oilers win 5-3 over Florida last night. They extend the series. And unlike the NBA Finals, where Boston wrapped it up after 5 games, the other night they won 106-88 over Dallas. They win their 18th championship.
That's insane.
These two teams will
It's not,
continue.
yeah.
They'll continue till game 6, Mike. So basketball's done. Its sister league is still going. We got the Pirates. A lot of things going on Penn, Ohio this tomorrow. Mike, let me give you a little bit of a update on the Pirates National League Central Division. It looks like this. Milwaukee's still at the top. St. Louis is 6.5 out in second place. The Bucks and the Reds are both 8 games out, and the Cubs are 8.5 out. Don't let that sound too discouraging because we are only 1 game out of the wild card spot. The Pirates,
I love that the NL is so trash this year. I love it.
I think that just adding the extra wild card spots makes
It does.
baseball so much better
Yeah,
because other people get to play.
yeah, that's what
Who wants to
that's
watch
what
the Yankees and the Braves
yeah.
and the Red Sox and the Dodgers every year? Come on,
Yeah.
other people have to get a chance.
Yeah, more teams in it is better for the game overall.
And the thing about baseball, you see these top teams get in, they seem to lose every year. You don't get, the Braves get in, they don't win the World Series every year where you
Yeah,
think that they would. Or
they should. I thought they were going to win it last year. How well that team was playing.
think of the Yankees over the years. They've been in the playoffs
Yeah.
every single year since the beginning of time. But that's what I do like about baseball. You get the Florida Marlins, they'll win if they get in there. And the
Where they
Cubbies
can
and
the
teams that
Royals. Yeah.
the Royals, teams that aren't usually in there in baseball, they stand a chance, and I like that. I think that's going to benefit baseball. I think they still have a few more things they have to fix and adjust in that league, but they're on the right track. I do got to say, with the changes that they've made to the game, the pitch clock, things like this, I think that baseball is definitely getting better. It used to be unwatchable, it's now watchable. As a matter of fact, it's enjoyable now. I got to tell you. And it isn't like my team is dominating all the time. It's just the fact that, you know what, they've made baseball not suck as bad. So
Yeah, I
people
know what you mean. Yeah,
are willing to watch,
for our teams at this level, it's nice to have a chance.
Mike, let me get into the game from Monday. That game was, I don't know what the hell we had. We had a tornado that day. We had
Yeah.
tornadoes and microbursts, and I don't remember. I think the Pirates started late, was what it was. They ended up delaying the beginning of the game, but they got it in. Pirates managed to win 4-1 over the Reds that night. They out hit the Reds 8-7, and it was the perfect pitching situation for the Bucks. You had Paul Skeens. It was mustache day. He gave 6 innings, gave up 6 hits, one earned run, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. And following him after that, after 6 innings, we had Chapman come in the 7th inning, Holderman come in the 8th, David Bednar coming in the 9th. They gave up 1 hit between the 3 of them in 3 innings. They gave up no walks, no earned runs, and they managed to get 3 strikeouts. Each of the gentlemen got a strikeout each. In this game, Paul Skeens managed to get his first career pickoff. He picked off Ellie De La Cruz
Yes,
at first base,
that was a nice one.
who leads the league in steals. So Skeens is showing, hey, don't piss around on the base pads when I'm on the mound.
Yeah,
Get some.
I liked it too. Like he looked over at him, did that little look back to the mound, and just caught him. It was so close to a great play by Telez too.
Yeah, Absolutely. Tellez has been playing out of his mind. Speaking of which, the other players that are playing out of their mind, Mike, Brian Reynolds on a 16-game hitting
Yeah.
streak, which is the longest active hitting streak in the majors. He went 2 for 4 that game, had 1 run, 1 RBI. Tellez had 2 hits. McCutcheon had a hit, a run, and an RBI. Hayes had an RBI. Grandel a hit. And these are the batters that had no hits that day, Mike. No hits for Nicky G. There's a bit of a surprise. He's been red hot since he's been up. Connor Joe, a bit of a surprise. See, that's why I don't mind when these guys don't have a good day. I mean,
Yeah.
they're so consistent.
Yep.
Jack Sawinski, and then finally Michael Taylor. He's the least of my favorites. He's been the least productive
Yes.
on this
Yeah.
team amongst most of the guys. At least Rowdy Tellez is picking it up a little bit.
Yes. Yeah.
But what else happened in this game, Mike? The Brian Reynolds. Okay, yeah. So in this
Yeah. Yeah.
game,
You had that interesting stat about Brian Reynolds.
yeah, which yes, okay. Here's one for you about Brian Reynolds. You want to hear this interesting stat?
Yes. Because when you said this over, I was shocked.
And this is something that came right from the right from the horse's mouth. I'm watching the game last night, and they had said this. They said Brian Reynolds is hitting career in June. His June career batting average is 347. Now that's his whole career in the month of June. He bats 347. That number is the best lifetime batting average in June in the majors since 1946. Nobody's had
is wild.
Nobody has a better batting average in June in their lifetime statistics than Brian Reynolds after 1946.
Like that, and that record spans so many like different eras of baseball: the segregation era, the dead ball era, the live ball era, the steroid era. And here's little old dumpy, Brian Reynolds,
So are
big
we getting,
stacks. Just
Mike? Are we
it,
getting what we wanted? Are we getting what we wanted from Brian Reynolds, from Rowdy Tellez? I mean, are we finally getting what we wanted when we complain
yes,
in day
yes,
out
yeah.
that big stacks we call Brian Reynolds because he makes all his money and doesn't produce? Rowdy Tellez, we're ready for him to go. Or are we now getting what we want from these two players on the baseball
Yeah,
field?
in this month right now, this is what I want out of these guys. And my biggest complaint with those two is the consistency. Just be consistent. Yeah, I know you're Brian Reynolds. You're not going to hit 346 the entire season. That
Right.
would be just insane. But hey, 300, like 285 to 300. That's what I want to see at the end of the year from Brian Reynolds. Right now, he's hovering around 270, so he's getting up there. Tellez, I'll take 250 batting average from you, and he's heating up. He's getting to that level, so they're getting where we want them to be. No, it's just maintaining that the rest of the season. Because if they can play at that level and stay there, I'll be happy with it. Excuse me, because everyone else is slowly ticking up. Excuse me, but yeah, like I'll be happy. The rest of the year, play at this level and
To
just
start
keep it
off the
going.
game Monday, Brian Reynolds was 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. So I
Keep it
mean,
going.
these guys, I talk trash on Reynolds all season because again, we pay him
Yeah.
a lot of money to be this particular guy. But the Pirates, they do. Once June comes around, they start hitting the ball. McCutcheon, he is named the 10th best DH player in the majors, which he falls in the top third
Dude,
of the people that hit DH.
dude, that's a luxury.
But yes,
I love it.
Steeler Freak on the board says after watching more, Skeens has much more than the fastball. I'm going to give you a let me give you a number on his splinker.
Splinker.
In case anybody don't know what the splinker is,
I love the splinker.
this is Paul Skeens' famous pitch that he's just striking guys out after hitter after hitter after hitter with this. Mike, Steeler Freak on the board, batters against Paul Skeens' splinker, which is a mix between the splitter and the sinker, is 0.049. This is what people,
That's
since he's been in the league, is batting
wow.
against his splinker. So you're 100% right, Steeler freak.
Mhm.
You watch this guy because he's just a freak of nature. Mike and I were talking before we got on the air. We might have even been on the, I don't know, but he was saying something along the lines of he falls in that category of Ben when he first come into the league and Sidney Crosby. But you know what? I think Paul is doing better. I'm going to be honest with you because it's been nothing but sheer domination.
Yeah.
Yes, Ben Roethlisberger had a wildly successful rookie year, and Sidney Crosby did as well. But I mean, for this guy, Mike, at this point, be given the league a 6 week head start, I could see Paul Skeens winning the strikeout. The guy is
Yeah.
getting strikeouts at a record
Okay.
pace.
Okay, here we go. If you know want to take this a step further of comparing him to Crosby, to Big Ben, that head start, Mario Lemieux. Remember when he had,
Yes.
he gave Pat LaFontaine what like a huge head start and caught him and almost
Mm-hmm.
lapped him in points. That's kind of like what Paul Skeens is doing with his strikeouts. So
Absolutely.
if he could do that, like finish within like the top five, that would be damn near that would be damn impressive and be like almost Lemieux-esque. I don't want to put him in that category, but in the context of what we're saying, we haven't seen something like that since Lemieux.
Good afternoon to Brian on the board as well. He says, I heard that Derpy gave Livy Dunn the splinker the other night.
That might explain why Derpy's not around. He's in hiding from Paul Skeens.
I was thinking more like a Blumpkin or something, but I guess a splinker could be all right. A splinker could. So what else? We also got Mike in
Hot
that.
two on that thing.
What's that?
Got to give him that hot two on that thing.
That's right. Mike, also Andrew McCutcheon in his last 30 games. Get a load of this. His last 30 games, 303 batting average, an 896 OPS. He's hit 7 home runs in the last 30 games, 15 RBIs, and scored 26 runs. So we talked about Brian Reynolds. We've talked about Rowdy Tellez, and we've also talked about Andrew McCutcheon and Paul Skeens, who are all doing amazing things. I mean, these aren't just good things. Listen to the numbers again from Andrew McCutcheon: 303, 896 OPS, 7 home runs, 15 RBIs, and 26 runs in just 30 games. But you want me to spice it up even a little bit more for you, Mike?
Yeah.
Rowdy Tellez in June. And get this, he has played 11 games, 31 at bats. In June, Rowdy Tellez is batting 419.
Wow.
2 doubles, a home run, 9 RBIs, and a 1.052 OPS.
That is what I like to see.
This is what you got to be doing right now. And
Yes.
again, like you mentioned
Yeah.
earlier, you can't expect these gentlemen to do
No.
this all season. I get this. But the things that we complain about, they're getting it done. They're doing those
Yeah.
things. Brian Reynolds is playing top-notch ball. Uh, Rowdy Tellez is playing top-notch ball. Andrew McCutcheon, who's 50 years old, he is playing top-notch ball.
McCutcheon's on, like, if you factor that 30 games out over the season, that's what, 35 home runs?
Yeah.
Yeah, for someone his age,
Right.
that's nuts. Now, this is what needs to happen. The front office needs to add key pieces to the bullpen, add another bat to the lineup, capitalize on how this team is going right now. Like, don't wait till the deadline. Add now. Keep the momentum going. Shelton needs to make some better decisions because I'm sure we'll get into that about talking about yesterday's game where boneheaded decision. But my God, like these guys that we've shed on all year, they're playing well, and this is I'm loving to see this, and all credit to them. I hope they can keep it going. I want to see this team win. I want to see these guys do well. That's why I'm critical of them because they can do it.
Can you imagine Derpy giving a chick a Blumpkin? Like he wouldn't be getting the Blumpkin, he would be giving the Blumpkin to a chick. Like how difficult would that? When somebody's taking a shit, that would be
wild.
ultimate for me.
That would you want to talk about breaking the internet? I think that video alone would break the internet right there. The crossover of categories alone in that video.
Yeah.
It's almost like a perfect circle on the Venn diagram.
I think you're going to really appreciate what I have for the the 4th of July coming up, guys. Nobody besides myself has any idea of what I'm talking about just yet, but please do not miss the July 4th episode. I got big plans. So
oh God.
Yeah, you just wait.
I don't like this.
But let's get into the second game, Mike, which was last night. The Pirates, they threw Bailey Falter, and the guy that Lobodo, the Dobo Bolo, whatever his name is, he killed us. The lefty for the Reds. I think he struck out about 8 Pirates last night, and he kept them in it. In reality, we lost this game 2-1, and as a result of it, the Pirates and the Reds today both are 35 and 38. As I said, the rubber match is on TV right now. Pirates and the Reds are tied at 0, and Mitch Keller did get his 600th K of his career. So, but Mike, getting back to the game last night, 2 home runs were all that was all that happened.
Yeah.
They hit a 2-run jack. The Reds did that put them up 2-0. Brian Hayes hit a home run to make it 2-1, and that was it.
Yeah.
It was lefty versus lefty, 2 home runs, and that was the ball game.
That's all she wrote. That was a good old fashioned pitching duel.
It really was.
Yeah, like my God, like you can't say anything bad about what Bailey Falter did in this game. Yeah, you don't want to give up that home run, but you're thinking, okay, you give up 2 runs. The way this offense is going, they should be able to get it back for you. So I'm not going to fault Bailey Falter. That's a hell of that's a damn good game.
He did throw 7 innings, gave up 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and he had 3 strikeouts. Carmen Majitsky comes in. He throws 1 inning, gives up a hit. Santana comes in. He pitches 1 inning, gives up a hit, and has a strikeout. Brian Hayes, of course, he was 1 for 4 with a home run. What else? Brian Reynolds did something. I can't think of what it was. But he's right now on a 16.
He had 2 hits. He had a double.
That's what I'm talking about. He had 2 hits.
Yeah.
Which extended his league leading 16-game hitting streak.
Yeah.
Hutch goes 1 for 3 with a walk. Starters today, Mitch Keller, of course, and Hunter Green. Isn't that a color? Like not just green, but Hunter Green?
I think
that's
so.
green too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that is a color.
But Keller come in with a 8-4 record today. He has a 3.36 ERA and 78 Ks on the season. Hunter Green has a 5-2 record with a 3.61 and 89 strikeouts on the season.
Man, he already has 4 strikeouts already.
This game had started at 12:35 today. This again is game 3 of 3. Buccos will be off tomorrow. And then the Tampa Bay Rays come to town, who aren't really that good this year. So if we can manage to win this series, Mike, that would be I don't know, what was it? We were 3 of the last 4 series in the last one. So I think it'll be 4 of the last 5 series.
I think so. Something along those lines. And that I'll take that. I'll take that. Like I was talking to a couple people at work today. I don't see them rattling off like these 10, 12 game win streaks, but winning 4, 5 series in a row, I can see that. Winning 5 out of 6, I can see that. And I'll take that from this team.
Absolutely.
You got to manage expectations with the Buccos.
Yeah.
I tend to get that Bucko fever where I, get pie in the sky thinking, oh my, yeah, man, they're going to rattle off 10, 15 wins. Let's scale it back. Let's go for win 5 out of 6 series. I'll take that.
Good afternoon, Ralph on the board as well. Good afternoon, everybody.
Welcome.
Mike, let's talk a little bit about the Steelers. Hey, I want to get into it a little early today.
Yeah, that's way early for the Steelers talk, but I'm ready for it.
And I had something for Derpy, but he couldn't make it today, and
he hasn't made it all week.
The Steelers, Mike. Let's talk about Cam Hayward. I want to talk about Cam. Now, Cam makes this comment the other day, saying something along the lines, "We can't get this contract done. My wife is from Cleveland. I could just go play in Cleveland."
Yeah.
And if you go through the responses and some of the things that people had said as a comment in his post, people weren't too happy with Cam Hayward.
No,
why? Why? You might as well say you're going to the Ravens. Screw you guys. So this is what's going on. So now he comes out realizing that he did something stupid.
Yep.
And now he was just joking.
He's just joking.
He wasn't. He didn't say that after he made the comment or anything.
No,
I'm just kidding, guys. That's
Yeah.
He literally comes back a day after all these people respond to it. Mike, I don't think he's going to be here much longer. I think that I just don't think he is.
I I don't think so either, and I hope not too. And he had his stooge in the Steeler media, Caboli, going, "Oh, Cam was just joking. Cam's just joking."
Oh,
No, no, he's not. See, I like Caboli.
Capole's a chode too.
He's a chode. He's a good writer, good reporter, but he's a Cam Hayward fanboy, and that's not good as a reporter. Yeah, I get it. You get close to those guys, you get that rapport going, but no, Cam's a big boy. He can stick up for himself, but yeah, it came. You weren't joking. You're upset about this contract. You're upset
Right.
that you're not getting paid.
And you realize you
Like,
said something so stupid that people
yeah,
in Pittsburgh are
yeah,
they're going to ride
yeah,
you out of town now. They're
yeah.
going to ride him out of town, Mike.
Yeah. You
3 years
thought
or not, if he's in this league for the next 3 years, I bet you it ain't in Pittsburgh. I bet you 3 years
yeah.
from now, he will not be wearing 97 in black and gold.
And I'll be okay with that. He won't be the first player, that has retired elsewhere. He'll fall into the long list of guys who have not won anything here and retired elsewhere. I'm sorry, you're not in the category of Franco Harris, to where Franco should have retired here. You're not. This organization forced Troy Polamalu, forced Roethlisberger, forced Heinz Ward to retire early. But yeah, we're gonna let this clown who has won nothing, contributed nothing to this
I've never been a
organization.
Cam fan. Don't get me wrong. The guy has like 80 sacks in his career, which is good.
I used to be a big Cam Hayward guy. I say that all the time when we talk about it. I used to love
He
rooting
was a
for Cam
force in
Hayward.
college. You get a guy out of
He
Ohio
was a
State, you
force
think
in
you're going to be okay.
yeah. Like it took him a while to become a starter here, because there were so many great DNs in front of him at the time. And once he became a starter, dude was a beast for the longest time. And it was that Jacksonville playoff game just soured me, the way he was talking to the media afterwards. That's when the downfall for Cam Hayward started for me. And then really, like, I would say about like 3 seasons ago, that's when I was fully done with Cam Hayward.
Let me
Now this like seals it right here. You don't say you're going to go to your rival.
This is time to catch up on the board a little bit, Mike. Brian says, Ryan, you're correct. Hunter Green is a Mitch Keller. That's right. It is a Keller. Also, Steeler Freak says Cam made the comment to get contract attention. BS.
Yep. Dude's made like $97 million here.
He's just not 22 productive enough to be worth this contract. I can't.
He's not.
If they bring him and they give him a contract, Mike, I'm going to be so upset because, again, he's not worth it at this point in his career. I'm not going to say he never was. He has 80 sacks or whatever it is. And
yeah, he was worth it at one point.
Yeah, he had a good career. He had a good career. He's been injury. He had injury riddled the past 2 seasons. He was on 8 weeks with a swollen vagina or something last year. And this dude, and as I say, you kind of take it as a tongue in cheek, but watch the games. All he does is fall on the tackle pile. If you watch a course of 5 games, watch 5 random games from last season, and you'll see that Cam Hayward does nothing besides running. He runs to the ball, he gets there late, and then he flops on top of the pile like a dead fucking whale. And this dude wants top. Mike, he compared himself to Aaron Donald last offseason.
Now he's saying it's him and Chris
me and Aaron Donald, nobody else.
No, he's not that guy anymore. He once was up there with Aaron Donald, was in a class of his own. I want to put, Cam Hayward was in that group of elite D tackles below Aaron Donald. He's not there anymore. He's not
100% right, Steeler Free. The younger generation is okay with mid performance from the players and on the team, and
it's because now, like, we always loved the guys we had, but it was all more about like the team, what we're getting out of the team. Now people are like, oh, I like this guy. I want him to do well. And if he can't do it here in Pittsburgh, well, screw Pittsburgh. Let him go somewhere else and do well. That's just how I feel like the fans are going in all sports anymore.
And also, Ralph on the board says reconstructure Okunjobi's contract, which he's another one. I wish that these 2 tackles would pick up their game because, say what you want about Wyden. Don't get me wrong. He does. He does this overplay thing where he expects a pass on every single play, it looks like, by the way he takes himself to the outside. We got some issues to kind of fix in this running game. Like, you put a lot of money into this defense, of course. We have a lot of money in this defense. I think we seen that it was one of the most expensive. And if we're not able to stop the run once the season starts, what's it matter if we have the most expensive defense, or we fixed our linebackers, or we fixed our secondary? What does it matter if we can't stop the run?
Yeah, it's a passing league, but my God, if you can run the ball, you can control the clock, control the game.
What did San Francisco do to us last year? They ran ran, and then once we started to make the adjustments, and then they started to pass. They used the run to open up the pass against us. It'll happen again. This has to be fixed. This defensive line is bad. I think Keanu Benton in the middle is the only person that you could.
And he's again, the only one I trust
because he's young and he has upside. Is why I'm saying it's not even that he's a great lineman as I've seen so far. But Mike, those two tackle positions, that is going to be a big part because again, you have to be able to stop the run first and foremost. Even in a passing league, you have to be able to stop the run. It's become a standard.
Yeah, that's exactly. Real quick, dude, I'm looking up the defensive tackle. So that's what Cam's classified as, a D tackle.
Yeah.
The average salary right now, his contract was $16 million. Yeah, that puts him 17th. But the total value put him at like 15. Look at the guys like Chris Jones is the highest paid D tackle. He's a beast. That's deserved. Christian Wilkins as well, deserved. Justin Matabuke from Baltimore, deserved. Quinton Williams from the Jets, deserved. Those guys are the cream of the crop now. Cam Hayward is not. He's paid kind of where he should be on the average value, around 15 million a year. Mike,
if he's absorbing double teams, that is something that I could deal with. He's not even at that point no more, where he's not even absorbing double teams. No. He's not able to slide off of a block on a one-on-one to get into a play before it gets out of the backfield. Again, there might be a play through the course of the game that when he does, it looks very good.
And you get those flashbacks.
That's who Steeler Freak is talking about. I mean, the young kids say, okay, look at he's good. He just made a big play. But when you step back and look at it from the big picture, he's
he's
Mike. He might be the Achilles heel in this defense this year.
I think so too. And to me, this will be the year to start see what you got in Loudermilk. See what Fehoko can do. See what Leal can do.
Mike, if you had the money to fix either, and I think I asked you this the other day, but let me ask you again: if you had the money to fix either the defensive tackle or the wide receiver 2, which one are you spending your money on?
D line.
Okay.
D line. Because I think what you can cover up more for in the receiving core than you can on the D line.
Okay.
And it, like Steeler Freak said, it's just been bad D lineman draft picks. Like, go back. Kevin Colbert whiffed on a lot of those guys on that D line late in the draft because he was waiting until later in the draft to draft those guys. Benton is the highest one at third round pick last year, second round pick.
Yeah,
Mike, in that range.
The Marvin Leal.
He was a bust.
I was hoping to get so much better from him, and he was a bust.
He was too undersized. He should have been an outside backer. He's not built to play a 3-4 defensive position, but I don't get it.
And when we had the defense and we had Harry Mandouche, what was his name?
Mondew.
Harold Mondew. We were playing about the same defensive line play, and you're just getting to the point where, like I said, Cam Hayward's becoming useless, and he wants to suck up a lot of money that we need elsewhere. I'm through with him. Like I would be totally fine. I would be 100% fine if he was gone by the end of this day. To be honest,
I would love to see Omar Khan say, everyone thinking we're going to trade for a offense or for a wide receiver. Go see what you can find defensive line wise. I know it's hard to find 3-4 DNs, but scour, see what you can find out there.
81 more days. 13 more Mondays. Mike, I mean, come on. Here we are. We're on the doorstep of July. Pirates are heading into the All-Star break here in a couple weeks. Steelers are going to be in camp next month. And there is 81 days till the season starts and 12 Mondays. I'm going to call Charles Johnson on the 81.
I almost said Edwards. Well, like that. It's not at Troy Edwards' number.
What was Troy Edwards' number?
I can't remember. He had a damn good rookie year, by the way. Everyone wants to shit on.
No, I like Troy Edwards.
He set rookie records, but then the wheels fell off.
Yeah.
Mark it down. Mike is right. I think we should end the podcast right here. Mike is right.
Charles Johnson out of Buffalo. He was on that Cordell Stewart Hail Mary team.
Yeah. Didn't he catch the game-winning touchdown?
I don't remember if it was him or not that caught it, but he was in there. He was in that play in that game.
It might have been another Johnson who caught it. I could be wrong.
Get this, guys. The offspring of
I saw this
Jerome
one.
Bettis, the offspring of Ike Taylor, and the offspring of Plexico Burris are all going to be playing for Notre Dame this fall. That's right. The sons of Ike Taylor, Plexico Burris, and Jerome Bettis's boy, they're all going to Notre Dame. They will be playing football this fall for Notre Dame.
I don't like them now.
Why Notre Dame? I know.
Why Notre Dame?
Because none of these guys were Notre Dame guys to begin with. I mean, except for Jerome.
Bussy was, yeah. But
where did Plex? Was he Michigan State?
Yeah, he was Michigan State, and Ike Taylor was Louisiana Lafayette, baby.
But all three of them guys, their sons, I seen a picture of them. They're all big men now, and they look like football players. But yes, Plex, Ike, and Bussy, all their sons are going to Notre Dame.
Congratulations. That's kind of cool, though. You got,
I just can't wait to see which one we get next.
Right?
When they join the draft, everybody in the 412.
Oh, everyone's ready. Oh, we're gonna get Plexus kid. We gotta get Plexus. No one's gonna want Plexus kid. They're gonna want Ike's kid. If he has the hands, people are gonna want Ike's kid.
Yeah, he can't have, and he must not have inherited his dad's hands.
Let's hope he inherited his mom's hands.
Yeah.
She might. God, poor Ike Taylor.
What is this? It must be a mispronounce. Mike is right. I don't know what this is. I'm just going to erase
I think we're just going to end the podcast today right here, boys. That's a high note.
I've never heard those words.
We can't get any higher than
I certainly
this.
never uttered those words.
That's going to carry me through the rest of the week.
You want to do a fun one, guys? I have a fun one here. This is, give me a moment to pull it up. I have something. It's for all the teams in the NFL. Mm-hmm. This here, guys, is the most arrests by each NFL team since I don't know what is it.
Kansas City this offseason's moving up the boards, boys.
Okay, so this list it's since 2000. This is data collected since 2000, and this is the most arrests. You want to guess which team has gotten the players arrested the most since the year 2000? That's 24 years ago. Think about it. Which I don't think I would guess this team, but take a moment to think. The most arrested team.
I'm going to go with the Bengals.
They're number 3.
Ooh, I was up there. When you have Pac-Man Jones on the team, that inflates your stats.
The number 1 team has 5 more arrests than Cincinnati does. Which, again, I wouldn't guess this team.
Let's go with the New Orleans Saints.
The Saints and the Raiders, they both the Saints fall at about 15.
Oh, wow.
The Raiders, they're not till like the third column. So
that's why the Raiders suck now. They need to get more criminals back on the team. Get back to your roots, guys.
The most arrested team since 2000 with 55 arrests. I mean, if you take all these numbers and add them up, it's kind of ridiculous, but
yeah.
55 arrests, the Minnesota Vikings.
Wow. You never hear anything about them in the news.
Minnesota is the most arrested team this millennium in the NFL. Number 2, only one off with 54 arrests since the beginning of 2000. The Denver Broncos with 54.
Huh.
Yeah. Number 3, Mike, you called it with the Bengals. They have 50.
Pac-Man Jones, baby.
Now, those are the only 3 that have 50s. The next one, and it's the only one, has 40 exactly. Mike, you already said this team. The Kansas City Chiefs are the 4th most arrested team since 2000 with 40 arrests.
Yeah, Rashee Rice and Isaiah Bugs.
They got half of them since last offseason, right?
I know. My God, it's insane.
One down from that, there's a 2-way tie between the Browns and the Jaguars. They have 39 arrests each in 24 years. One more down, the Tennessee Titans with 38. In Tampa Bay to finish out the first column with 37, Mike. 37. Again, just count 55, 54, 50, 40, 39, 39, 38, 37. I mean, that's an astronomical amount of arrests for any group of anybody.
This started
from the year 2000.
Year 2000? Well,
hold on. There's still 3 more columns.
It's like 2 a year for the top team,
This is...
That ain't bad.
Okay,
Not
so
great.
we still have 75% of the chart to go. The next team on the list with 36 arrests since 2000 is the Indianapolis Colts. The Miami Dolphins had 34. The Seahawks had 34. The Chicago Bears with 32. 32 players from the Bears arrested since 2000. This is a team that I thought should have been way at the top. The Baltimore Ravens.
Right?
They and I'm going to be honest.
Well, they cut it off before Ray Lewis's murder, allegedly.
Exactly.
Allegedly.
But there's 3 teams tied with 30 arrests since the beginning of 2000. One being the Ravens, one being Mike, the Saints, another team that you named, and the other, the Steelers. There's been 30 Steelers arrested.
Once again, Baltimore and Pittsburgh in a heated rivalry.
I know.
On and off the field.
Another team that kind of comes close to Baltimore in a way because of the way things turned out with coaches and things like this. San Francisco 49ers are the next team with 29. Now we're halfway through the chart, Mike. The third row with 26. I'm sorry, that's 28 with 28 arrests. The Arizona Cardinals, also with 28, the Green Bay Packers.
What's there? How do you get arrested?
How do you get arrested in Wisconsin
as a Packer? There's nothing going on up there. Everyone knows you. They're just going to let you go. You really got to mess up there.
25 years, Mike. The next team, there's 2 of them. The Dallas Cowboys and the Chargers are tied with 27. I thought the Cowboys would be a lot higher.
Oh, come on, man. To honor Michael Irvin, pump those numbers up.
26, the Commanders from Washington, who they are a lot of protests to get that name changed. I did see on ESPN the other night that they are trying to get their name changed. They don't know to what yet, but for some reason the people don't like the Commanders, and I don't either.
How about the Washington Doormats?
Yeah, go with the Redskins. Shit, there was that for 100 years. Come on,
go with the Doormats.
The next 2 teams are tied at 25. I think that this team should be higher. The Raiders with 25 and the Jets.
Yeah. The Raiders, they need to be higher. When they have more arrests, they're a better team. The Jets, come on now. You're from New York. You got to do better than that.
The Patriots come in at 24. They finish off the third column. Now the last column that has 8 teams was 4 rows of 8. Who do you think, Mike? I'm going to randomly give you the remaining teams.
Okay. All
right. So here we go. The Giants, the Lions, the Texans, the Eagles, the Panthers, the Bills, the Rams, and the Falcons. Those are the final 8 teams. They're the 8 least arrested teams in the past 24 years. You want to take a stab at which one do you think is the least arrested team, Mike?
I'm going to go Lions.
The Lions, close. They're your third to the last.
Damn.
The very least arrested team since the year 2000, Mike, is the Houston Texans with 16 arrests. Huh. Minnesota 55, Houston 16. The second to last is the Rams, with 18.
The Ray Caruth Awards. Jesus. Damn.
Who said that? I'm not on that board.
No, Steeler freak.
Number Mike 19 was the Lions. That's the third from the end. So now I have 5 teams left. The Bills, the Panthers, the Giants, the Falcons, and the Eagles. Mike, who do you think has the lowest amount of those 5? The Bills, the Panthers, Giants, Falcons,
Panthers.
Eagles. Panthers. They are the second most of those 5 with 23.
Oh, wow.
Well, they're actually tied with 3 different teams. But on this list are actually in that position, but 23 between the Bills, Panthers, and Giants, which leave 2 teams, Mike, the Atlanta Falcons and Philadelphia Eagles. Take a stab at it. Which one of these teams has more arrests, the Falcons or the Eagles?
I'm going to go with the Falcons.
And you would be correct. They have 22 arrests since 2000, and Philadelphia has 21. So
see, I think for Philly, we should have to roll in their fans, and that would put them up top.
You're right.
They have a literal courthouse and jail in their stadium.
Yeah,
that's how rowdy those fans are.
So there you have it, guys.
Some of these teams are only averaging 1 arrest a year. That's impressive.
Right.
You know what? I'll take that.
Yeah, the whole bottom half of the list. I mean, they're actually,
You know
you
what?
know.
I don't like that. Yeah, pump those numbers up. Like your guys aren't out having fun being loose.
So
Okay.
again, the very top team, 55 arrests by the Minnesota Vikings since 2000. The very bottom team is 16 by the Houston Texans. So there you go.
Houston Texans. This is a boring team.
Yeah. Let me see. Brian says also, I'm guessing the Pittsburgh Passion has the least amount of arrests since 2000. Um, Brian, also one of my favorite YouTubers, has been arrested 11 times since COVID.
That's impressive right there.
Steeler Freak expect more players go to teams like Notre Dame. I would think, yeah, I'm seeing. I was telling Mike the other week, there's this high school basketball player. He's going to play his senior basketball season. I forget where, but they're
Down
going to
in
be
Atlanta.
they're paying him like mad money, and I'm talking like $100,000 or something like this. I could pull it up maybe tomorrow if I get a chance, but I mean, come on. I mean, we got in the wrong business,
Right?
you know,
Well, why can't we be young and athletic?
because we're old and yeah.
Old
Let's
and
move
fat.
on. I do want to give you an update. It is the bottom of the fifth in the Pirates game. There still is no score. It is 0-0 as we speak. Live right now, the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Reds in the rubber match. Mike, let's move on. The Pittsburgh Riverhounds back in action tonight. Make your way down to Highmark Field. This game starts at 7:30 p.m. They play the Louisville City FC tonight, trying to get on track after taking the L on over the weekend. The Hounds at home tonight. But if you don't make it down and you want to stay home and watch TV and watch sports, that's right, the Indiana Fever. They're back at it tonight. They're hosting the DC Mystics, guys. Mystics coming in with a 2-12 record. The Indiana Fever coming in with a 5-16 record. The Indiana Fever tonight will host the DC Mystics at 7 o'clock p.m. And here there's a couple facts about this Indiana Fever squad, Mike. They have won two of their last. They've won two in a row,
Mm-hmm.
and they've won four of their last six. So let's just say they beat this Mystics team that's 2-12. Okay,
Yeah.
they will then have a 3-game winning streak. Caitlin Clark, and they will be 5 of their last 7. Which again, you got two rookies the past 2 years. They get the top pick. If they start winning games, now you can start building a team around your superstar, which is Clark and or
Mm-hmm.
Boston. And as I said, Mike, this early on, you could be worse. You could be DC. They are 2-12.
Yeah.
The Fever are 5-15 going into tonight's game. So again, if you don't make it down to Highmark to watch the Hounds, you could always stay home and watch Caitlin Clark and the Fever. They are hosting the Mystics from DC at 7 o'clock p.m.
And what's going to help them too is they no longer have back-to-back games. Like they had that huge compacted schedule early on to promote Caitlin Clark, and that's just now it's going to spread out. They're going to have time to rest in between games. It's going to be huge. It should just be help them even more and more.
You know why? Listen, this is why. At first I said, you know what? These other chicks, they seem to be jealous. And then people say, why? I mean, Caitlin, and blah, 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 blah. But let me tell you what Serena Williams says. That's right. Serena Williams, the great athlete. And I respect her wholeheartedly. I got to tell you.
The one like Roger Federer calls her the greatest tennis player of all
That's
time,
right.
regardless of. So, and I think he
So let
might
me
be.
tell you.
So that tells you a lot about.
Let me tell you
her
what Serena
status.
Williams says.
Yes.
Serena Williams says if people are negative about you, Caitlin, it's because they are jealous and they can't do what you do. I dig. Again,
Yeah.
if it was just somebody saying it just to, make
Yeah.
things sound Serena Williams. Come on, this chick's one of the best competitors we've ever seen in this country. Certainly as far as women's tennis, the
Yeah.
best. But she
Yeah.
says if people are being negative, it's because they can't, because they're jealous and they can't do what you do. And you know what? I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Say what you want. She might not be the best women's basketball player at this point in the WNBA history, but she scored more points than anybody else in the world and in the country is in college basketball. Guess what? She's in the pros. And guess what? She's not off to a bad start. Guess what? She's done things number wise that nobody's done as a rookie in the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
Give this chick time. Michael Jordan didn't win year one. Mario Lemieux didn't win year one. Nobody did.
Yeah. It was I saw it took like what 5, 6 years for Jordan to win his first championship. Same
Yes.
thing with LeBron. Same thing with Steph Curry. It takes time.
And
It
people
took
go on, now
Mario
this girl, she
Lemieux.
stinks. Every single person who's a
Yeah.
bet, one of the best athletes, they don't win the championship their first
Mm-mm.
year.
No, it took Lemieux what like 7 years to win his first Stanley
And
Cup.
these
Took
people,
Crosby a while to win his first, so it takes a
through a
while.
collective of their whole entire, just their whole career in general, you put it together, then you could say, yes, these people were the best to play. Michael Jordan, Mary Lemieux, so on and so forth. Give her time. She's played 20 games in the league. Come on.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna take a while, and you got to remember on drafted onto the worst team in the league,
Yeah.
back to back first round picks. That's like a lot of these superstars. That's why it takes them a while to win championships. You get drafted to a bad team. You're like the one good player. Maybe there's someone close to your level on the team, and it takes a while to win. It's not like you're getting drafted middle end of the draft and you're onto a good team, and it's just easier for you because you're not the you're not the main person that everyone has to key on.
Did anybody see these pictures and videos of Brittany Griner?
No,
I
only
don't know if
you.
I Mike, I don't know if I like her anymore. Remember I had the crush on her when she was in
Oh,
Russia?
oh, sorry.
Bro,
I'm sorry. I just saw the comment about the stadium jail went away in 23
bro, she
or
had no
03.
shirt on and she's running around with a man chest. Like she has I'm not talking about the little itty bitty titty committee. She has no boobs. She has man. Dude, pull up the pictures of the videos that they just released of her and her wife. She literally has no breasts. She has a bird chest, like
She's jacked.
you judge. I mean, she looks like a guy basketball player, but she had no shirt on. She's shooting baskets into a swimming pool, and she's shooting, and it
Yeah.
looks like a guy. It is one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen, and I got to say that I no longer have my attraction to Brittany Griner.
I think you do. I think you're just hiding it now.
I liked her when she was in Russian Prison, but dude, she's a fucking dude. She's a dude. I don't know what to tell you. And there's pictures of her in the vehicle with her wife. There's videos of her around the swimming pool. It's fucking weird, dude. It's weird. Um, it's weird.
It's like you're heartbroken. I can
I
see
am
this. I can
heartbroken.
see it. You're distraught. You're like that was my girl, and
I was my girl. I
it
like the
was
long
it
hair.
was
She got rid
too.
of the long hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
know
can't roll
you.
with the grinder anymore. I wanted to.
I know you did. You're to try and steal her from her wife.
I was. Her wife who's pregnant, no
Yeah.
less. I mean, she might have
Where?
even knocked her up. I mean, come on.
No, we know where you were. You were knocking the wife up, trying to get closer to Brittany Griner.
I'm not sure. I'm not attracted to her wife. But Mike, why don't you tell us a little bit about the website?
The 2dumyinzers.com. Over there, we got the blog, we got the merch store, we got links to all of our socials, all there over at the 2dumyinzers. Especially if you're new here to the 2dumyinzers experience, go over and check it out.
Go check it out, everybody. www.the2dumyinzers.com. That's www.the2dumyinzers.com. Like, I'm not even, listen, I'm not even fabricating the story. She didn't have anything. She had no shirt on, like a guy. That's how bizarre this was. Like a chick with small boobies, she has something on. This chick she was running around, no shirt. Dude, unbelievable. I can't, again, this was my chick. So, of course, my chick's a guy. F's sake.
That says a lot about you. And you know what? We don't judge.
Let's see. So, I do have the trivia question for the day. So about
Yes.
something that I brought up at the top of the hour.
Uh huh.
This is about the Penn, Ohio Classic that's going to be taking place tomorrow here in Beaver Falls, 7 o'clock p.m. This is the question of the day. Mike, put your thinking cap on. Everybody on the board, play along as well if you wish. Here we go. Question of the day. Which team leads the Penn, Ohio High School Football Game Series? I'm just don't shout it out. People are gonna play along. My question is, which team leads the all-time series in the Penn, Ohio high school football game, which they're playing? I don't know what edition it is. I think it would be 43-ish, 43 times. But I'm looking for which team, Pennsylvania or Ohio, has won the game more against each other in this series. Take a minute to think that over. We are live, everybody, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here If you don't catch the show, you miss it, or you just would rather listen to it, we take and we upload the brand new live show every day over on Spotify at 8 o'clock p.m. You could always put your earbuds in. You could always pop it in the car, anywhere you're at. Maybe you're taking a run. You want to listen to over on Spotify every day, brand new, 8 o'clock. Check it out. All right. So hey P, how you doing, man? Good afternoon to you as well, sir. The question of the day is this: which team leads the Penn, Ohio High School Classic Football Game all-time series? It's only going to be one of these two teams, Pennsylvania or Ohio. I'm looking for which team leads the series out of a 43 game series so far. Mike, you want to take a stab at which team you think leads? And I'll give you extra credit if you could guess the amount, but that's a little bit more difficult. Steeler Freak guessed Pennsylvania on the board. Maybe give the board another few seconds, Mike, to see if anybody else wants to jump in on that. But again, the Penn, Ohio High School Football Classic takes place tomorrow across the river in Beaver Falls, Geneva Field, Reeve Stadium. Goes down at 7 o'clock p.m. Pennsylvania, Ohio. PA just killed Maryland a couple weeks ago. And I'm looking for which of these teams leads the all-time series.
I'm gonna go with Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Do you want to take a guess at how many wins, Mike? Like I said, there's roughly 43 games have been played so far.
I'm gonna say they have let's go with 26.
26. Okay, so you got Pennsylvania. I'm sorry, Steeler Freak has Pennsylvania. Mike, you're saying about 26 wins out of 43 total. Pieces based on the college team performance pen. Okay. All right, so guys, here it comes. Question of the day: which team leads the Penn, Ohio High School Classic Football Game Series? Takes place every year in June. Pennsylvania or Ohio? This team leads 29-14.
Oh, wow.
The winning team, the team that you're trying to pick, has a 29-14 lead going into tomorrow's game. And the winner is, of course, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania 29, Ohio 14. Last year they had a great game. It was 30-30 at halftime.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania pulled away and won 47-30 when that one was all said and done. Ohio, they want to get a little revenge this week and this year, and we'll see tomorrow. He says the Ohio State pays more. Yeah, I know. Too bad Derpy wasn't here for this.
Right? He would have been all over it. He would have known exactly everything.
But good job, guys. It was PA. Pennsylvania does lead the series 29-14, and they're going at it again tomorrow for game number 44 in the series.
Let's go sports on that one. I root for both teams. Let's go sports.
Go sports.
Go sports, baby.
Mike, anything before we start getting ready to wrap it up?
Oh God, I got nothing. I was scouring Twitter before during the trivia question. I got nothing that popped up. I got nothing else to say, man. It's just I can't wait until training camp starts. I'm tired of hearing all these bogus stories coming around from the Steelers and around the league. I just can't wait for the real thing to happen.
Won't be long now, guys. We have let's see, we have a little less than a month of the All-Star break for the Pirates, baseball, MLB. Steelers will be picking up camp toward the end of the month next month. So until then, we do have some Caitlin Clark we're going to watch tonight. We also have some other things going on. I do want to say thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging out and checking us out today. We appreciate each and every one of you. We really do. We wouldn't do it without you. We want to say thank you to everybody on the board. You guys always keep things interesting. My thing is this. I don't think I'm ever going to see a tornado. I literally was in the middle of the tornado that came through my town 2 days ago, but I missed it entirely. I missed it. Mike, you know me. I want to see a tornado. That's been my dream. That's always been my dream, is to see a live real tornado. One came through my town. They're debating whether it was a microburst or a tornado, but I don't care.
Tornado's a tornado.
That's right.
Derpy's pulling a cam and
That's
holding out for
right.
more cash.
He has a sore vagina too. But I missed the tornado in its entirety. I'm not happy.
No, no, that's it's not fair to you.
It's not fair to me, but we have the heat to make up for it, right?
No, yeah, we got that going for us.
Yeah. Mike, have you thought of anything else before since the last time I asked you?
Just my heart goes out to all the Cameron Simps out there. She looks like she tore her ACL and be out for the
Mm,
year. So Simps, you're gonna have to find a new crush because she's gonna be out a while.
interesting. Interesting.
Derpy's on pulling up Rogers. He's on a ketamine retreat. He might be out there doing some ayahuasca with Aaron Rodgers.
He'll be back soon, guys. I did talk to him briefly this morning. He won't be going too much longer. So
Uh,
we'll have Derpy back. Again, thank you. No problem, guys, as well. Steeler Freak on the board, everybody. Thank you. As always,
yes.
Mike. I think
Mike
that's
is
it.
right. That's all you need to take away from this episode. Mike is right.
Bottom of the sixth inning, guys. The Pirates are still 0-0. They are at bat. Looks like they have nobody on, 2 men out. So they'll be heading into the seventh shortly. Don't forget tonight, make your way down to Highmark Stadium to watch the Pittsburgh Riverhounds play at 7:30. They face Louisville City. And also, if you do not go out and you want to stay home and watch sports, you do have the DC Mystics traveling to play the Indiana Fever. That game's at 7 o'clock. We'll be talking about all this and more tomorrow at the same time. As always, Mike, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Thanks everyone for watching. See you
Mike at the,
tomorrow.
Mike at the Steelers Central Mobile Studio, myself, two Dum Yinzers. Everybody have a great day. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.